Yeah, stop doing that. It doesn't really cause much impact on Wikipedia. As I say, people actually watch Colbert. Even Wikipedians are watching Colbert. So as soon as something like that appears on the air, it's immediately locked, and it doesn't really cause any harm.
What do you think about the hierarchies that have emerged on the web?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, we see what's happening with Wikipedia. Wikipedia is now going to have a sort of layer of editors. I believe in editors. Editors will be more important than ever in terms of sifting through these voices. Now, the editors are not all going to be professional editors. They can be editors whom the community has designated as editors, who've earned the trust of the community. But what is so different now is that for the first time, what is being debated is not being dictated by hierarchy, is really being much more organic in terms of what is on people's minds and what they care about and what they're passionate about.
In the discussion tab of a Wikipedia page, you will often find lively debate about the content. Authors leave notes for each other about the changes they've made to the content, and they debate about how the information should be presented. This is where you do see individual voices, and many times they've definitely got opinions to share. So unlike the main article page, the discussion page is the place for personal opinion. By looking through the discussion, you can sometimes learn just as much about the sensitive areas of a topic as you could by checking the main content.
One of the most important principles for an encyclopedia is neutrality. This is the idea that Wikipedia itself shouldn't take a stand on any controversial issue.
Well, the danger, though, is that because there are so many English language accounts, that these are the people who are actually contributing the knowledge. They're the people who own the knowledge. They're the sort of the elites, as it were, on Wikipedia because they have this knowledge. And if people first come to the English page, then they're only getting that information from that point of view without realizing that perhaps they themselves could contribute to it.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people do contribute, and particularly for English Wikipedia, as I said, because English is the largest second language around the world, it tends to be very multicultural. I once was in Lithuania I had a meeting with the head of parliament there, and he's a lovely guy who is really into encyclopedias. He was on the board of an encyclopedia project there. And when I went in, he had printed out an entry on a famous battle that happened some 100 years ago between Lithuania and Poland. And he said, and he could read English, Lithuanian, Polish, and German. He had printed all four. And he said the German version was just quite small. There wasn't much to be said about it. The Lithuanian version was from the Lithuanian perspective, and the Polish version was from the Polish perspective. But then he said the English version was really fabulous, and it looked to him like the Lithuanians and the Poles had come together there to fight about it and sort of reach some compromise. And then we later went and looked, and that's exactly what had happened. And then people, from there went back into the Lithuanian version, the Polish version, and those began to mature over time.
But how accurate is Wikipedia? Well, in 2006, the journal Nature, an important science research journal, conducted a study. It showed that the Encyclopedia Britannica is only slightly more reliable than Wikipedia when it comes to science topics. When expert scientists reviewed 50 different topics, Wikipedia averaged about 4 errors per entry. Britannica averaged 3. But at the same time, other critics point out that Wikipedia pages often point to insufficient references. And Wikipedia itself cautions users that Wikipedia articles aren't complete when they're first started, and they may contain false or debatable information. In fact, some pages start out pretty biased before the volunteer authors can work towards consensus and a neutral point of view. So keep in mind that Wikipedia is an evolving information resource. The information shifts and changes. Beneath the surface is a thriving community of people who work together to make information available on a topic, but it's impossible to determine if they are experts. Wikipedia is a jumping-off point into other sources, like books, articles, newspapers, and websites. Use it for background information, but dig deeper, and search wider too.